channel in Canada. I'm a bit early, so we don't got nobody in yet, but there's always people that show up. I'll give it a little while. There'll be people dropping in to say hello. There always is. I always get nervous because I'm here alone for the first minute, and then boom, a whole bunch of people come to say hello. And even some unexpected people sometimes. After all, it's Retro Collectibles. It's the coolest collectibles channel in Canada. So that's why they come to say hello. Just got back from Mississauga, actually, picking up that green Cadillac. I did you guys a video today doing that, so you guys will have a video tomorrow. So we did a video Saturday. You guys are still getting a live. And hey, Max, there you are. I knew I wouldn't be alone long. I was just saying, Max, I did a video yesterday. And usually Saturday I either do a video or a live. If I can't do a video, I do a live. I did a live yesterday, or today. I'm still doing, I did a video yesterday. And, what was I going to say? And then today I did another video. I videoed going to Mississauga and grabbing that and just going on a little adventure, and it was pretty fun. Hello, Max, Neil, and everybody. Oh, there's Glenn. He's sitting across from me.
I don't want to leave anyone out.
No, that's awesome. And that's how you can communicate with them, because you're not on the camera, Glenn, and that's good that you're in the comments with them. Because I can't well, I can interact, but I have to do it like this. I don't think I could type back or anything. I would have loved to have been able to edit this so that when it went live, it wasn't me sitting here. It was like Ali G sitting here, but I can't edit live stuff like that. I could do it after it's live, but then that's just kind of pointless. But people do watch the lives after they're not live. And hello, everybody that's going to watch this after it's not live. We know that you're going to watch it after it's not live, so we're going to share valuable information as if you were here as well. So we went to Mississauga. We got the Cadillac today. Next thing we're going to be doing, hello G just showed up. Next thing we're going to be doing, speaking of the devil G, we went and got that Cadillac today, the Boss Hog Project Cadillac. Believe it or not, it's made by Anson. I did a video today of going to get it, and the video is going to be up tomorrow. But it's got nice details. I can't believe that company Anson. I'm going to have to check out more stuff they did. I'm wondering what that thing costed new, if it was like a budget die cast or if it was like a more expensive one. I don't know, but it was pretty well detailed anyway. It's got a nice white interior. It's got some wood grain in there, and it's even got some silver accents on the door. So I was pretty impressed by that. I was gonna go to Krispy Kreme, but it was too far out of my way, so I didn't go. One thing I almost bought today that I didn't, but I'm probably gonna buy soon. I got an idea. This seller that sold me the Cadillac, so you do have the... Yeah, I have the Caddy right here, G. I've had it here for about an hour now. It's actually at the house, so I can get it to you probably tomorrow, or even if you're up later tonight, you can come by if you want. That's up to you, because I'm going to be up later. Glenn's going to be up later. But yeah, the Caddy is physically here. It's got nice wood grain accents, stuff like that. And I totally can't remember what I was going with. I was talking with the Caddy before. Anyway, but that's what we're planning to do, make a custom Boss Hog Cadillac out of a 1973 Cadillac Eldorado. Now, I know it was a 70 DeVille that Boss Hog had, but in the 2005 Dukes of Hazzard movie, they actually used a 73 Eldorado. That's how close it is. So I'm not sweating that. And yeah, Anson's... Oh, you do have a Caddy by them? Yeah, I'm surprised, Max. I've never, ever laid hands on one. Even when I shut the hood, I accidentally slammed the hood earlier and it made this noise, and I looked at Glenn and I was like, holy crap, did you hear that? Like it was a different, like a cast iron sound almost. But no, the whole thing's nice. It's got no paintbrush on it. It's got nice details. It's even got the little Cadillac emblem on the hood. And yeah, that's the plan for anybody just tuning in and watching and that doesn't know this plan is we're going to take that Cadillac and we're going to make it a Boss Hog Cadillac. We're ordering bullhorns off of eBay. There's more than one seller that has bullhorns. And good friend G, who's in the comments, is actually going to take it apart and spray it. Like, he's not going to do what I do and try to take a paintbrush and not get white paint everywhere. He's actually going to do it properly because he's got all the proper stuff to do it. Hey, Nate, how are you doing, buddy? Oh, guess what, guys? I've got to tell you guys all this since a lot of you are here. That are familiar with the situation. So my stomach attacks, I usually get them. They're usually, a month in between each one, at least a month, 2 months, like just never every couple days or whatever, right? This morning I wake up and my stomach's starting to feel a little bit tight about 4:30 this morning. I say to myself, that can't be my stomach because I just had an attack. It takes longer than this usually, right? Sure enough, in about 15 minutes, it was coming on. And I knew it was coming on. I started getting the feeling where I recognized it. So what I did is I started worrying for a minute. How long is this one going to last? Because sometimes it lasts 4 or 5 hours where you're just, you know what I mean? And that's not pleasant, obviously. So at first I'm worried about it. And then I get fed up. I say it's 4:30 in the morning. I just washed all my damn bedding from a fever I had from this last week. Like I had to wash all my bedding because it was soaked with sweat. And it's going to happen again. I'm not going to let it happen again. I was feeling crummy. I had just started making the groanings, I guess that's a way of releasing pain or something, but I had just started making the groaning sounds. I got myself to the washroom, hot shower, cranked it on hot, got into it, and I have never purposely tried to do this before, but now I have that knowledge, right? So I get in the hot shower. It doesn't take the pain 100% away, but it's hard to explain. Something about it's comforting. It's taking the edge off of it. It's taking some of the pressure out of my insides. Like, it's hard to explain. I stood in there for 20 minutes or so, hot on the back, turning around, hot on the front. I stood in there till I couldn't take the steam anymore. You guys know what I mean? Like, till you're like, oh, you got to get out of here. Like, it was like a sauna. So I get out of there. I'm still feeling crummy, but it's not nearly as bad, okay? So I go downstairs to my bed, and I lay in my bed, and in about 10 or 15 minutes, I start feeling it going out of my body. Like, it's almost like my stomach's a balloon, and slowly the air is coming out of it, and I'm getting relief. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I didn't even get a fever from this morning, and I kicked its ass. Like, that, don't get me wrong, I'm still quitting smoking weed and stuff like that. I'm weaning off of it. This week, I'm actually on vacation from work, so it's going when I'm off work, right? That's the best time to quit it. But yeah, I actually kicked its ass this morning. I couldn't believe that. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't pleasant. Like, it wasn't an easy battle, but I can't believe I did it. Probably in about an hour, start to finish, I had it tamed down. Like, I guess I just got in the shower at the right time to prevent that fever, you know what I mean? But yeah, it happened again today, and I kicked the shit out of it. So, glad you found a way to take the edge. Yeah, they don't understand why it does that. And one thing Diane brought up to me, she said, when we lived at the apartment, you used to take hot showers and sit in them for hours on end. And I thought that it was just because I had achy bones and stuff. It feels good, right? But it makes sense now. Like, I used to sit in there and lose track of time and be late for shit. Like, just and the water would start cooling off, and I'd crank her up again and put more hot water in it. Who would have thought a hot shower? Yeah, they don't know why. Something to do with that receptor in your brain and the hot water, the pain receptor. When you start triggering that, it releases the other thing and makes it stop giving you shit. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, something in my brain and in everybody's brain. Like, that's the first thing the ambulance people, they were asking me, do I smoke weed every day, blah, blah, blah. And I got irritated. I remember now getting irritated at one point because they kept asking me about showers. And I thought that they were asking me, do I shower? And I was getting, because I was incoherent, you know what I mean? And I was saying, you're asking stupid questions. Like, what kind of question is that? And that's why they were asking there, because if I said it's a shower, they were actually asking, does a hot shower give you any relief from it? But in my brain, it was, do you take a shower? You know what I mean? But when you're like that, you're not thinking straight. Like I said, I was telling them to call my work and everything else. Like, I was out of it. Hey, how's it going, Neil? Hi, everybody. Hello, Hemi Nate again. Sorry I reread that. I'm looking forward to seeing the finished project. Yeah, I am too. It's going to be awesome. Originally, I was going to choose, it was also made by Anson the same year. They had two white ones, or they were like eggshell or off-white, you know what I mean? And one of them was white, no tampos on it at all. And the other one says Indianapolis 500 pace car. Believe it or not, those boats were used as a pace car one year for the I-500. But I was originally going to grab one of those. I said I could take the letters off the doors easy enough. Easy peasy. But the problem was the red interior. I remembered painting the Ferris Bueller interior myself, and although I did a good job of it, it took me forever. And I was like, yeah, that the interior is a pain in the ass to paint. So then when I seen a green exterior and proper interior, I was like, that looks to me like it's way easier to deal with. And yeah, thinking about it now, if he just takes the body off it and shoots the body, like there's no weight overspray inside the interior or anything. So,
That's giving me an idea.
What's that?
Just giving me an idea.
What idea do you have?
I might do a Boss Hog Cadillac, like which is your idea,
Okay.
and do the Cadillac they used in Smoking the Bandit Part 1 for Big Little Ernest.
Oh, that's hilarious. I never even thought about that. Little Ernest or Enos or whatever from Smokey and the Bandit. Glenn just brought up doing his Cadillac. Oh, I forgot the point that what I was going to tell you guys earlier, and I lost track. So the guy that I bought the green Cadillac off of today, he has a bunch of other Kijiji listings. And one of the things he's selling, and it's $90, so it's I think it's a good price. Sealed in the box is mint, sealed, never been opened. Now, you guys are going to think this is unusual and say, what the heck does he want that for? But it's a Marathon taxi. One of the old New York City taxis. It even says New York City taxi on the door with all the rates and all that. And this thing, because it's made by Sunstar, it's so nicely detailed. It's even got the jumper seats. Remember the jump seats in the back? It's even got those that fold down. And I was thinking, all I have to do is get one of those, make minor changes, you know, make it look like it's tarnished with grime and stuff. Taxi driver. Remember with Robert De Niro? That would be perfect. Like, I love thinking about those obscure movies and just cars that people probably wouldn't think of doing like that. That's something that's pretty cool, actually. But yeah, I thought about that. I was like, that is awesome. And I almost bought it today, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to hold off just a little bit. The guy's not far. But But yeah, minimal changes, and that's not something I'm worried about somebody snatching up on me, because most people are not going to want to buy that. It's a checker taxi, and it's been listed for a long time. I remember you guys probably, they made a camouflage sheriff's car for a Dukes of Hazzard collection. It amazes me they didn't make a Boss Hog Caddy in 1/18 scale. Yeah, it amazes me they didn't make a Boss Hog Caddy. And something else I was talking to a guy today about, Hell's Chariot, the black car off of Grease. I'm the type of guy that likes the villain cars a little bit more, like American Graffiti. The 55 is my favorite, okay? Grease, Hell's Chariot that's spitting the flames and has the things on the hubcaps, that's my favorite car. It blows me away that nobody did that until Greenlight did it in 164. Why not? It could be a licensing thing, but if it's a licensing thing, why did Retro Entertainment Hot Wheels, why did they do the red Grease car and the white Grease car and no Hell's Chariot? And my next question is Greenlight going to do, we know they have the license for it now, are they going to do a 118 Hell's Chariot? Because if they do, I'll be all over that for sure. But I hope that they do something with the wheels. The 164 scale one, they didn't put little fake spikes on it. They didn't do that. If I got the 118 scale, I'd have to fashion something up for that if they didn't do it. You know, the spikes on the wheels that just tore the crap out of Grease Lightning. Yeah, that's a beautiful car. But that's one that I cannot believe they waited till now to do, when they did all the other... Like, even Matchbox has done the Grease cars. The Matchbox Star Car collection, those ones that I love, in the orange long cards, whatever. One of the worst ones of that line is one of the Grease cars, actually. And I believe, what they did horrible with the Grease car. And there was another car, there's a couple cars they did horrible with. A lot of them they did good with, but yeah, the Grease car, it doesn't even resemble the Grease car. They did awesome with Jaws, though. Yeah, it has to have the spikes, Max, exactly, yeah. I was talking to Giuliano before in person about that, and he shared the same sentiment. He said, yeah, it's got to have the spikes. He actually asked me, I believe, if my 164 had little makeshift spikes, and I said, no, they don't, buddy, believe it or not. But other than that, they did a nice job with it, I will say. And those, I actually got those from a viewer, sent me those in. They weren't even in Canada yet. Rowdy Bobby sent me in. He might stop by tonight to say hi. Sometimes he does. But he sent me from the States the Greenlight one of 64, the white Grease car, and Hell's Chariot. I had to have Hell's Chariot when it came out. Had to have it. Don't mind me, guys. They're iconic. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. The spikes are iconic. Not having the spikes is kind of weird. Yeah, I'm hoping they come out with it in 1 of 18. Oh, you know a car that I seen, guys? I seen, and it is not cheap. I think they only made, it's numbered. They only made 500 or 1,000 or something, but Highway 61 made the Nash Bridges Cuda, the orange car, but goddamn, it's not cheap. Like, I've never seen it on eBay or anything like that, or on Marketplace or Kijiji. It's something I've only seen on eBay, so that gives you an idea. But they made said, oh, hey, Will, how you doing? Will's here now. We're just talking cars, and there's Bobby that sent me the Grease cars that I just told you guys about a minute ago. But they, I was talking about the Grease cars. What was I talking about after that? I lost track saying hello to, the Nash Bridges car. 118 scale, Highway 61. But like I said, it's not, I don't think it's one that I'm ever going to find on Marketplace for $100. But then again, you never know, because I thought I would never find an auto art bullet for $100 or a silver screen General Lee for $100 or or a Godfather El Padrino in the box for $25. So I can never say never with this stuff, guys, because you guys have seen the stuff that I find. Finally got a chance to catch you live. Oh, Gordon, there you are. Glad to see you as well. There's Gordon. Everything's doing good, Gordon. We were just talking about I seen online, not on Marketplace or Kijiji because it's too rare, but Highway 61, I believe it is, made the orange Nash Bridges CUDA in 1 of 18 scale, and it's numbered. It was either, I seen the sticker on the box. It either said 500 or 1,000 or 1,500 or something like that. I don't know, but it was beautiful, and it was not cheap. It was a ridiculous price. Like, I can't remember how much it was, but it was like $400 to $600 or something. Like, it was nuts. Is it hot up there, Neil? No, it's actually, it's hot because it's summer, but right now it's actually, we're outside and it's beautiful. It's about 18 or 20, would you say, Glenn?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
18 or 20, which for here is cool. And we got a nice breeze on us. It's actually, gee, it is hot. Yes, yeah, it is hot. But compared to other days, gee, we're like me and Glenn are sitting outside now, and there's a beautiful breeze right now. Beautiful out. But yeah, it's been this year we've broken records, I think, for heat. We had one real bad heat wave that went on for a few days. We've had a couple days ago or a few days ago, last Wednesday when I was going to my infusion, I got alerts on my phone. Your route might be interrupted to your doctor appointment by Hurricane Beryl or Tropical Storm Beryl or something. It's like, what the hell's that? Like, it was raining out really hard too. Like, I ended up driving down there without incident, but it was 35 here. Yeah, we've had that here. I've had that. I've taken pictures and gotten video of my car. You know how you sit inside it and it says the temperature outside of the car, and it says 38 when my car's been sitting outside. I think it's been as high as 40. I don't think I've seen it 40 this year, but it's been 40. But yeah, it gets that hot here, Bobby, easily. We're in southern Ontario. They call this the fruit belt. Fruit grows really good here. Grapes and stuff. We're right next to Niagara, actually, and they grow. Yeah, we got good growing season here. It almost looks tropical here. Like I'm looking at the side of the escarpment, and it's all green, and like it almost looks like we're in like I don't know, like kind of like not tropical, but BC almost, like lush. You know what I mean? Like I noticed when I went with BC with Diane, everything looked nice and green, and it's cooler because you're close to the lake. Yeah, that's a point. That's a good point. Plus, it rained here earlier too, pretty good. It rained here earlier. And yeah, anybody wondering about the weed, I'm off work this week, and I've got a little bit left, and I'm this week quitting while I'm on vacation. Like I'm actually weeding off of it. Yeah. So in case you're like, why the hell is that idiot still smoking? That's why. Because this week I'm doing it. Doing it slowly. But yeah, for 100%, you guys have my word. Put it this way, if I don't quit smoking weed this week, I'll take down my YouTube channel. That's how I see it. That's for anybody, like even Glenn, if he's sitting there doubting it or saying, yeah, right, he's not going to do it, I will take my YouTube channel down if I don't quit this week. That's how serious I am. And I can do it. I did it very easy before. Very, very easy. And I didn't do it for years, actually. Hey, a little every now and then won't hurt anyone. Well, the problem with me is it wasn't a little bit every now and then. but I'm gonna look into that because apparently what happens is the cannabinoids build up on your receptors if you smoke a lot of it. What I've been told is I have to quit altogether. I can't cut down, I have to quit. But I'm going to do my own research and see if I could still use creams or if I could use CBD, like if it's just THC that triggers it or what. Um, oh, yeah, I stopped it before, Max. No problem, more than once. You know how I stopped it last time, actually? Diane was nervous. And I quit tobacco and weed at the same time. You know how I did it? We were going to Nova Scotia on a road trip about maybe 6 years ago, and it was right before weed was legal. So I didn't want to be out there in front of my uncles and stuff smoking dope, right? So when we were getting in the car, and I wanted to quit it anyway, because at the time I was okay, I wasn't injured in that, so why am I smoking it? So literally, the day we were leaving for Nova Scotia, I went into Walmart, bought a package of nicotine patches. She was nervous. She said, "Oh my God, I'm going to have to be in the car with you for days, blah, blah, blah." I went in Walmart, bought a box of nicotine patches, and put one on. That was it. I didn't even use the whole box. I think within 2 days, I was cutting the patches in half. And Diane said she was shocked because she didn't see any change in my demeanor, mood, nothing. Like, just, it was like it was nothing. Yeah, because I know it's a mental thing, you know what I mean? Like, look at what I've already quit before, like weed. Come on. Yeah. What I have to watch, though, when I quit weed is I'm going to have to watch it with candy and stuff like that. That's what I'm really gonna have to watch. Like overeating with junk food. Like I'm trying to put weight back on, but I have to watch I don't get fat. Hey Neil, I went through. Yeah, Will in the comments here remembers when I quit. Please don't ever take. No, I'll never take down my channel, Max. And that's what I'm saying. I'm going to quit. That's how serious I am. I would never take the channel down. So I have to quit because I said that to you guys. I went through my Jeff Gore 124s. There was 50 of them, about 5 of those haulers. Time for them to go bye-bye. Nice. Start listing them. Marketplace, Kijiji. I don't know if you guys have Kijiji over there, but Craigslist. eBay even. I don't deal with eBay, but I hear about people having success getting rid of stuff on eBay. Me, I just sell stuff locally. Marketplace, Kijiji. And it's usually pretty easy to deal with that way. And you don't got to pay to list them or anything. You don't got to screw around with postage, anything like that. Some have fallen in value since 2020 when I got them. Honestly, I couldn't tell you much about those because I know nothing about NASCAR. I couldn't tell you who's good and who's not good. I do know that the Richard Petty, like I like his Superbird years ago. Like I like his stuff when he was running Mopar stuff. But yeah, I don't really know a lot about it. But there are people that collect it because there's tons of it around. There's always lots of it around. Yeah, it's a beautiful breeze out here. One thing we're lucky about is we have a covered porch. I remember one night I was out here at like 6 in the morning and it was foggy. And it was just the perfect temperature, like a nice cool fog. And I was out here in shorts and a tank top. And I wasn't the only one enjoying it. That there was people across the street on their porches. I could hear them talking and stuff like that. Holy crap, 12 people in here. Wow. 12 people in the live. I didn't, I don't usually watch the people thing. Like, I watch it at the 14. Holy shit.
And I just came back in.
I don't usually watch like I watch it at the beginning to see when people start coming in. But yeah, I just looked up. I'm like 12 because I just think the people talking to me are the ones in here. But there's other people just chilling out, which is cool. Anybody just chilling out that wants to say hello, feel free. We're a very friendly bunch and we just talk about collecting and stuff like that. My brother has an Xmas edition Superbird autographed by him. It sells for $300. Wow, you would think it would be more than 300 actually if it's signed by him. That's crazy. Um, yeah, that's most Mopar guys. That's their favorite car is a Superbird or Daytona. That's like to have one in real life. It's crazy money now. Not obtainable. But shows like Barrett Jackson don't help that because I think they inflate the values big time. That's just my opinion though. It's gone up 200 since he. Oh, that's good. Yeah, he paid 100 and it's gone up too. That's awesome. Get in low and just hold on to it. I would put that in the vault if it's going up like that. I thought it cost more. Yeah, no kidding. There was something I was tempted to buy. So Danbury Mint and Franklin Mint both made one of 24 scale movie cars over the years. And one of them did a bullet. They both did bullet, okay? But one of them did a bullet that came on a little base. And the car, it's one of 24 scale. The car is kind of mounted at an angle. And Steve McQueen signed every friggin' one of them. And it's authenticated, like it's not auto pen or a stamp, like he actually really signed it. And there was a guy selling one. It would have came to like 300 or 350 Canadian. This was months ago, but it was significantly less than the others. And it was something stupid like missing a windshield wiper,
Missing a radio antenna.
yeah, missing a radio antenna. That's what it was. It wasn't even the mirror or something significant. It was missing the radio antenna. And it was about $300 less than the rest of them. And I was like, ooh, just because it's Steve McQueen's signature on a Bullet Mustang, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you can meet him. It's only going to go up in value like Burt Reynolds' signature. And I was tempted, but I didn't do it. Gotta be responsible. Maybe next income tax time I'll get something like that. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, buddy. Max, Barrett Jackson, and the other one I have a ball watching. That Meekum, I have a ball watching them. Yeah, the cars that go across them and everything. I watch a variety of car shows. The Discovery Channel used to have. I loved the first Monster Garage when it was out with Jesse James. That's real old school. That's when I first moved to Hamilton and I lived in a real ghetto apartment. That apartment at King and Holton on the main floor. That was ground zero in 2003, I believe. Yeah, 2003 I lived there. That was ground zero then. But yeah, there was another car show too. Oh, the only car show that I wasn't really a big fan of, I used to watch it once in a while, was that Fast and Loud because they look like hacks. Like there was one that I watched where they did like a Impala, like a lowrider, and they like spray painted it without, like they spray painted underneath it in the body and everything without taking the frame out or it. Like they just oversprayed everything. It was crazy. And yeah, it was just I've seen them just do things that I thought, wow, that just looks like a hack job to me. I used to enjoy that Pimp My Ride, but if you guys Google that, that was all scripted, and I guess they were real assholes about. I guess they made people pay for the cars, and they took stuff back out of the cars, and I've heard all kinds of nightmare stories. Something that's trending right now, guys, because I know you guys like cars and bikes and stuff like that if you're following me. Those grease cars have gone up more than what I paid. Oh, yeah, probably. What was the car show that I was just going to bring up to you guys, and I lost my train of thought?
I'm not sure.
It was an old school.
You said Pimp My Ride was the last
Pimp
one.
My Ride I was talking about, but there was something else I was going to bring up. I was reading Heavy Nate's comment. I love that series growing up. And something that's going around right now on the internet. We all had an idea of this, but you guys remember, I used to love the show, I'll admit it. Orange County Chopper, when it was on, it came on a certain night of the week with Monster Garage. And me and my buddies used to watch that. I think it came on with Monday Night Raw. I don't know. There was a few shows that came on in a row, and that was one of them. And we'd watch it every week like a guy's soap opera. And we had an idea that those bikes were garbage. Like, because I would watch Jesse James, and he would be, like, hand making his parts. Like, he had an English wheel. He's, like, forming his gas tanks himself and everything. And then these guys are, like, trucks are backing up and, like, dropping parts off, and they're just putting them together like a puzzle. And plus, you look at them, and I'm like, wow, that cannot be comfortable or practical to ride across country. Like, that would kill my lower back that has osteoarthritis in it, right? Like that, like I couldn't ride that from here to downtown without just being crippled. And now it's coming out. I guess they're finding these old bikes from years ago, people that have YouTube channels, and they're trying to get them going again. There is one guy that had the Gecko bike, I think it is, or was it the Geico bike? I believe it was it. But it had a major electrical gremlin. But I will say they called one of the guys that worked on the bike all these years later, and that guy had diagrams and service records for that bike, and he talked them through over the phone. So I was like, that one dude that worked at Orange County Chopper to have all those records all those years later, he's a pro. As they did have some pros working for them, that impressed me. Yeah, the Geico bike was ugly.
I've actually passed their building.
Yeah, Monster Garage G, I loved it. That was one that I loved every week. And yeah, did you see that video, Hemi Nate, about the bike? I just watched it a couple days ago, and the dude with the glasses was trying everything to get that electrical gremlin out of that bike, and it was running real rich. Like, it was just dumping black smoke out of the pipe, and that's how it came, like, mapped. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess he ended up getting it going again and running normally and stuff like that. But then at the end of the day, the gas tanks hold like a gallon of fuel in them or something like that. So, but yeah, that's one thing that's trending right now. I think it'd be a good idea for a YouTube channel is if somebody went around the country trying to resurrect all those bikes. Wouldn't that be a good idea for a YouTube channel? Or force the Tuttles to go around city to city getting those bikes roadworthy. That would be hilarious. Biker build off, that pissed me off because those Fast and Loud guys beat Jesse James. They had a nice bike, but that was bullshit. That was a popularity contest. Jesse James should have won that. He had a hybrid bike that was all, like, the whole thing was hand built. And it looked like a classic Indian bike. It was a nice bike, the Fast and Loud guys, but I couldn't believe they beat Jesse James. And then the other biker built off that bonehead Tuttle beat him. Like that, I like the Tuttles, don't get me wrong. I used to watch their show all the time, but they're just not on the same level as Jesse James. Hey, Neil, did you get to try the hot mustard Doritos? I've never seen hot mustard Doritos here. That sounds like something crazy. You guys got all the killer snacks over there. You guys got stuff there that we wish we get here. You know what I wish we had here? The In-N-Out burger. Someone on YouTube bought the Geico, but yeah, Hemi Nate, that is I believe that's it. It's somewhere on YouTube. If you Google the bikes, like Google just OCC bikes or fixing OCC bike, it should come up. It's a guy with the glasses that's trying to fix it. It's a guy wearing glasses that's trying to fix it. He's wearing glasses. He's got hair. He looks to be about 40 years old, and he spends a lot of time on the video back and forth with this dude that originally helped build the bike. But the guy on the phone, like I said, was impressed because he was standing by his work all these years later, and he had diagrams for his work all these years later. So I was impressed by that. Because think of the friggin' timeline they were probably on and all the pressure and Yeah, the Geico bike was junk. The original tuner of the motor tried to buy it back from the dude. Hey Neil, did you get the okay. Yeah, yeah, I don't know who has it now. I think the video I watched was a pretty recent video. And the guy with the glasses that was trying to get the bike going didn't own the bike. At the beginning of the video, he says, so-and-so bought a bike, and when there's such a headache he can't get it going, he sends it to me. And that's what happened. The guy that bought the bike sent him the bike to fix. And yeah, he was trying to work out all those gremlins. But yeah, I've seen other, not just that bike either. I've seen other YouTube videos of people that have bought former OCC show bikes, and they're wow. Like one of them, a guy was a mechanic that bought it. He said it was downright not safe just because of the way the frame was on it. Like, but yeah, the way my lower back is, I could not see myself driving across town on one of those, let alone, you know, no, that would be terrible. And going over bumps on top of it, and there's no suspension on top of it. All show and no go. Yeah, they used to put those big motors on them. But yeah, built the way they were built, I don't know how fast they would even go. And those big motors, like I said, they're no good if they're running like crap. That one bike was just dumping black smoke out of the back of it. When I seen the guy trying to fix it, I was like, that thing's running like crap. Wow. Bikes and Beards. Oh, that's it. You got it, Hemi Nate. Bikes and Beards is the guy. That's the dude right there. Anybody wondering what I am talking about? It's Bikes and Beards YouTube channel. That is the guy that ended up, and it's a recent video, he ended up with that OCC bike trying to fix it for his friend, and it is a hot mess. And it's wiring. Like, it's wiring that he has to sort out, like. And not to mention, he mentions every other thing that's, like, just wrong with the bike, you know what I mean? But the big thing that he's trying to figure out is why it's running like that and why the wiring's like that, and it's crazy. And yes, Will, they were all show and no-go for sure, actually. I think a lot of people watch that show because of the drama, all the fighting with them and that. Tune in next week. Paul Jr. is getting fired. It's wired through the brake light. Oh, I seen another bike. Or it might be the same bike that was wired through the brake light. And if the brake light burns out, the bike won't start because it breaks the circuit or something. That's also, I heard that and I was like, that is just silly. Like, but then again, I'm not a mechanic. To me, it doesn't sound logical. You know what I mean? Like that your brake light burns out and your whole bike dies if you're on a trip. But again, guys, I'm not a mechanic myself. Well, then I'm a guy that watches YouTube and fixes my own car. Basically.
You just tell your bike it's not allowed to break down unless you buy AutoZone or something.
Yeah, tell the bike it can't break down. See if it'll listen.
Nature's way is going to do the exact opposite. Because nature.
I used to love the shows on Hot Rod TV and stuff. This would have been back in the late 90s.
I'm a Stacy David.
Yeah, Stacy David. I was just about to say, the one dude's name was Stacy David, and they had like the garage that had the checker floor, and it was spotless. And those guys could like rebuild a car and not get any of their clothes dirty. And if you guys remember, I did a video of me doing the oil change on my car, and I was just a mess. And those guys would like rebuild a car and no mess at all. But I used to love watching them though. Then again, Trucks was an awesome one, yeah. Yep. Then again, where those guys live, they're probably not dealing with the rust that we're dealing with here. There is a realistic channel that compares to us. It's Rust Belt Mechanics or whatever it's called, because that's the type of rust we deal with here.
Or Rust Belt restorers out in BC somewhere.
Yeah, to those of you that don't live here in Ontario, Canada, I know several of you do that are in the chat. Yeah, we're in the Rust Belt because of all the friggin' salt they use. It sucks. I seen a Chevy Blazer, an older one. Well, it was a 90s, probably a 96, 97 red. The reason I'm always looking for them is that was Diane's dream vehicle, believe it or not, an older 90s Blazer, if we could ever find one not rotted. And I wouldn't mind one myself if I could ever find one not rotted. And I found one not rotted from BC, and it's just in beautiful shape, but they want like 4,800 or something for it. And they literally just drove it down from BC and camped in it. Like there's pictures of them. But yeah, the thing's in beautiful shape. But I would love to rock something different like that from the 90s. I'd be the only guy in work parking lot with it. They built vehicles off camera. I wouldn't be surprised, Will. Like a lot of it we found out years later is scripted, like that Pimp My Ride. A lot of those poor people, they would finance them for the stuff and then take the stuff back from them for something like that, from what I heard anyway. But yeah, a lot of there's more than meets the eye. I'm sure half the Tuttles fights, well, then again, half of them probably were real, but the other half were probably staged.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bikes were for show, G, exactly. Like they were building them for like companies and stuff like that, like John Deere and stuff. So I think they're like okay if you're gonna like ride them in a parade or something like that, but to like actually, yeah, I'm gonna jump on it and like drive to Daytona on it from Stony Creek. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that wouldn't work. Or yeah, I'm gonna drive down to Sturgis in California, or wherever it is, California. Sturgis, Dakota, South Dakota. That's where the rally is. Oh, there could be one there. There could be rallies like that everywhere. But yeah, I couldn't imagine jumping on an OCC bike and doing like a long haul.
You'd be lucky if you made it to that port that's up here, that off 6 South.
Eastport Drive, yeah, I'd make it
There's
to
a
probably.
big rally up there every year.
Port Dover, that's
Dover,
huge. Yeah, you'd be lucky to. By the time I got to Port Dover, I'd probably be getting wheeled in a wheelchair. Like my back, what's wrong with it? The funny thing is, I can go to work and slug all day long, and my back won't bother me. If you take me and stand me behind a counter, working behind a counter all day, just standing in the same spot, you'll cripple me. Or standing on an assembly line, just in the same spot, just standing straight, you'll cripple me. Like I can work like a dog and my back won't bother me. So yeah, riding that bike to Port Dover, I would be crippled by the time I got there. I'd get off and try to walk and just be toast. Wow. It is really beautiful here.
You can hear them up on the top.
Yeah, you can hear bikes up on the escarpment. I'm actually going to show you guys a little bit of the view here, just because it's beautiful out. It's not like it's warm, but it's cooled off quite a bit because we had rain and stuff. But look at this. That's what me and Glenn get to look at. Beautiful. That's the Niagara Escarpment right there. That goes all the way, well, it goes to Niagara. But that's, my left is Niagara Falls. Like we're not far at all from Niagara Falls in Stony Creek, actually. I didn't realize just how, like, I know where it's at because I work here every day, but to go to my apartment from here, like, for me to jump into my car with my lead foot and go downtown Hamilton to my old apartment, I'm looking at 22 minutes right now if there's no traffic. And if it's in the day, I'm looking at like 25. Like, it was quite the thing. Neil, Will is the one who told me about the hot mustard Doritos. You guys had them last year. I just hope they're good. I've never had hot mustard Doritos in my life. I've never seen them. If Will seen them somewhere, find out where he's seen them at, because I have never, ever seen those in my life. There was these other things that I had that were like pretzel things. I can't remember the name of them, but they weren't like chips or anything like that. They were like these pretzel things that had like a hot mustard or something coating on them. They came in a bag, but they weren't chips. They were something else. Yeah, I think Will tried. Yeah, maybe Will tried them. I'm not sure. He goes to the U.S. or actually I don't know if he goes to the USA, but I can't go to the USA, so I don't. Unless stuff comes here. Actually, then again, when my friends go over, they grab me stuff from over there. So that's awesome. Yeah, it is nice here, eh, Max? And the weather is friggin' beautiful here right now. Gorgeous. Yeah, it's not too hot, not too cold. Like it's perfect. Just sitting in a tank top, just And I burn to a crisp. I cannot be in the sun too long and stuff like that. And it's beautiful having this porch because even if we're outside having a barbecue or something, I can always have shade. So it's awesome. Oh, you know what's weird, guys? By the way, so my videos, if I put a video up of a hot car, it might get 60, 70, 100 views in a day. That red Corvette that I put up, it's a beautiful car, don't get me wrong, but I thought it's a Corvette. It's not too hot of a car. It's beautifully detailed. It has working suspension. It's Ertl, but it's a Corvette. It got like way more views the first day than the average. Like if for the last while, I was like, holy crap, what made that take off? Maybe there's a lot more people. Like I've got to remember, I show cars of every, like I don't just show what I like. So just because I'm not a huge fan of Corvettes doesn't mean other people aren't a huge fan. So I've got to remember that because yeah, that Corvette video, to my shock, was very popular. It got a lot of views on there. The other show that was scripted is My Ride Rules. I don't remember My Ride Rules. Pretzel Pieces, we got them. Oh yeah, the pretzel pieces. That's what I've had here. I can't remember the name of them, but that's what they are. I have been for a while. I've been monetized since April, I think, or something like that. Gorgeous out here. Sorry to be distracted, guys, but it's just gorgeous. I could literally, if this had a screen on this porch, I could sleep out here. But yeah, I would not try it without a screen because I would get eaten alive by bugs or raccoons. That's the thing too, where we live, there's tons of wildlife here. Like I think I mentioned it before, I'm a cat lover. I love cats. I'm a cat guy. You don't see cats walking around this neighborhood, and there's a reason for that. Downtown, they're everywhere. You can't walk a block without seeing 20 cats. Here, you don't see them, and it's because of the coyotes, foxes, all that stuff. Mostly the coyotes. Well, they'll come right up and grab them on the porch. Little dogs and everything. And that's why you don't see cats walking around here. We get lots of field mice in the yard here, and then we get coons coming in after them. I was sitting right in this spot a couple weeks ago, and the stairs here, a fox ran up one side of the stairs, like he was going to come up on the porch here. He ran up the one side, seen that I was sitting here, and right down the other side. He was just little though, and they're more scared of you, like they won't hurt you. Even coyotes won't really bother you unless you're out alone at night and there's a few of them. Greetings, Robert Keys. Hello, Robert Keys. Greetings and salutations, my friend. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking about everything in general, diecast, whatever. We don't need no kittens here. Thank you. No, after my last cat, I think I'm good. And not to mention, I wouldn't want a cat in this house because if it ever got out by accident or something, just for that reason. If I had a cat, it would not be allowed outside here because it would be especially if it was declawed. But even if it had claws, I wouldn't let it outside here because you're almost putting it at risk. And I know you were kidding. But yeah, I'm just explaining why I wouldn't have a cat here, because I'd be paranoid it would sneak out, get outside, and yeah. Oh damn, if I had a cat sneak out here and go missing for a couple days, I would be up crapping bricks. Yeah, welcome, Robert. We have chatted with Robert. I've chatted with Robert in the comments or something before. I recognize his name. We've chatted before. I recognize your name, Robert. But we're glad you're here. We've been talking about everything from diecast cars to Monster Garage and the old Discovery Channel shows to how uh, uh, Orange County chopper bikes are coming up on YouTube now, and people are discovering that they're crap. And I said that somebody should make a reality show where the Tuttles are forced to go around the country fixing all their inferior work. Yes, I'm starved for diecast conversation. Oh, there you go. Well, you're in the right spot, my man. I went to Mississauga today. The video is going to be up tomorrow. But I went to Mississauga today and I got a... Actually, no, it's downstairs. I was going to show you, but it's downstairs. I got a 1 of 18 scale. Yeah, you go grab it then, Glenn. I can't remember where I put it. It's on the bar or something like that. You'll see it. But Glenn's going to bring it up to show you, Robert, and I'll show all you guys. But it's a 1 of 18 scale 1973 Cadillac Eldorado, and I'm going to take it, and I found bullhorns, so I'm going to order bullhorns, and my friend G, who's in the comments, who lives locally here, is going to take the car apart, paint the body white for me. And it's going to be a Boss Hog Cadillac. And this thing's done by a company called Anson. And I'm actually very impressed by how it looks. I got it for cheap. I had to drive to Mississauga to get it today. But yeah, it's going to look great. And coincidentally, there's another guy in the Canadian 1 of 18 scale group that I'm in. When I posted that I'm going to do this project with the picture of the car, he actually put a picture of his, and he said, I used the exact same car, and look how it turned out. And I said, was it the green one? And he said, yes, it was. I said, wow, because it looks great. It even has the same hubcaps and everything. IG, yeah. G is awesome, actually. Well, I'll probably be seeing G over the next few days, whatever. Actually, G, I know you work, but I'm on holidays the next couple days, and Max is actually going to be taking a drive down here for a visit, either tomorrow or Tuesday. So if it works out with your work schedule, maybe you'd like to hook up with us for a coffee or whatever. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what time he's coming here and what time you're working, and we'll see if it'll work out. Because I've always said, ever since I've been talking to Max, I've always said out of everybody, I said, wow, this guy would get along really good with G. Like, really, really good. I think you guys would hit it off. So yeah, if you're not busy, I'll be down at the end of the month with an RC. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Which RC?
Delivery?
Oh, thank you, Glenn. Will is in the comments. He's actually donated to the channel a vintage RC Clodbuster truck from the 80s. You know, the huge big one? It needs electronics and stuff like that, but it's a roller, and he donated it, and it's the vintage one. So we're going to restore that down the road when we get it from him, and we're going to make videos of it. But here, Robert, here's what I picked up today. I have a question for you guys. What's the 118 Holy Grail diecast cars that they just won't make? That is, you know what? I would have to say, and it's funny you mentioned that because I was just mentioning this earlier in the live. I want them to make 1 of 18 scale Hell's Chariot. You know, the black car from Greece? Well, Greenlight just made it in 1/64 scale. I'm praying that they do it in 1 of 18 scale, and I hope that they make the spikes on the tires as well. And that was a darn good question because I was trying to think of a car, but luckily I was already talking about the Grease car because that would have left me stumped. Yeah, that was an awesome question. So here, Robert Keys. Now keep in mind, Boss Hogg's Cadillac was a 1970 DeVille. This is a 73 Eldorado. They used the 70 DeVille on Dukes of Hazzard, the TV show, but the 2005 Dukes of Hazzard movie, they used a 73 DeVille, just like this. So it's close enough that they used it in the movie. This is nicely detailed. Look at that, G. It's got wood trim inside, everything. The trunk does not open, but the hood opens. I'll show you guys. It's got chrome accents on the doors that a lot of them don't.
What year was your Scarface Cadillac convertible?
That's a good question. It's older than this. It's a 60 something, I believe.
Okay, so it's 60s.
Yeah, 60s era. But yeah, even under the hood is nice. Anson, I've never had any experience with them. But yeah, when I seen this on Kijiji and I was looking at the pictures of it, he had some really nice shots up like I do with the white background and that. And I think if I remember right, I paid $30 for the either 30 or $40. And it was in Mississauga and I was like sold. But yeah, that's going to make it killer. So we're going to put, the outside's going to be white. We're going to put the bullhorns on the front. And then I'm going to get Mego. You remember the Mego Dukes of Hazzard figures? The 3 3/4 inch. They're the size of G.I. Joe. Well, I had Mego, Bo, and Luke Duke for my General Lee. And then I'm going to get Boss Hogg for this. But yeah, this is well done. I am impressed by this guy. I think the only reason I got it so cheap was because it's such an ugly, ugly color. But yeah, Anson, from what I see, I'm a fan. I want to see more from them. And Max says he has a caddy from them, and it looks good. For me, the Get Smart. Oh, yeah, the Sunbeam, the red one, wasn't it? It was red, right? I believe. There's so many Hollywood cars they could get to do. Oh, the Rockford Firebird. I forgot about that from Rockford Files. Now I got to think of stuff now. I said the Grease car, but yeah, there's lots of other ones. I never even thought of the Rockford car. That's a huge one, too.
I'm sure they made that one.
I don't think so. They made plastic models of it, but I've never seen a die-cast car of it. Not a licensed one, anyway. They might have made a gold Firebird, though. Yeah, I don't know.
That was a 76, I believe, because it had the round headlights.
Yeah, and it didn't have a spoiler on the back. Yeah, I remember. I would totally. Does Glenn have Cooter's truck? Not yet, but he will soon. That's a fairly. It's not easy to get, but it's an Artisan. It's not that old. And Artisan did a good job on it. Have you ever seen the episode Supercar on Bewitched? It's called The Regulator. It's called The Reactor. I don't recognize that, but YouTube is wicked for stuff like that. And when we're done, I'm going to look that up, Robert, because I want to see that. Oh, I remember when I was a kid. What was that show? Condor Man? Condor Man, they could make a car for Sanford and Son truck. Max, I know you're wanting one of those. That's another good one they could make.
Chico has one in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, so they did make it.
Custom, I don't know.
They already made the family truckster in 1 of 18 scale, but damn, is it not easy to get? It's only an Artisan, but I don't understand why it's so rare and so expensive. Like, is that car numbered or what? The Reactor die-cast car, I'll never. Yeah, that would be killer too. And yeah, G's got quite the collection. But yeah, there's so many cars that could be done actually from so many movies. Just trying to think of other ones. That's actually a
Well,
very you got our brains all tickled, Robert. That's a very good question because I'm thinking now.
a lot of the cars from Cannonball Run, because there was too many in their dimension.
Got Cannonball Run cars. That's another one. Oh, they made it though, but 2-lane blacktop. I want that one bad. That 55 Chev. Um, but yeah, they already made that. Hmm. Trying to think of other one.
What about the Jaws truck, the square body? They just came out with that in 164.
The Gold Get Smart car. What? Which car, Glenn? Did you say?
The Jaws, the truck they used, the square body.
Oh, somebody made a custom of the Jaws truck. Actually, I think. And they made Snowman's truck. If you're talking about the black transport truck, Smokey and the Bandit, they made it. It's not cheap. I'm hoping to get it next income tax time. It's gonna cost me for the truck and trailer, I think about $600 Canadian. If it hasn't gone up by then.
I'd like to get the BJ and the Bear truck too, the big Kenworth cab over.
I don't know if they made that one
No,
of
they
18
didn't.
though. But yeah, the Bandit they made it one of 18, and an awesome viewer, I'm not gonna name him for privacy, but he sent me pictures actually just a couple days ago. And he says, check this out what I got, Neil. And he just got in the mail the Smokey and the Bandit truck. And it's huge. And he has in the picture, I got permission to post the pictures. I'll post them to Facebook after the video. But he has beside it the OG Ertl Smokey car with the CB antenna, and it looks so good. And then he says, check this out, I'm going to have to get ramps. And he took a picture. The Smokey car fits in the trailer.
Oh.
Like, is that not great? It fits in the back and you can close the doors. So yeah, if I get that, I'm going to want to get little ramps made for that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the trim off is the hard part. Once the body is off, I can access the pins. Oh yeah, for sure. For what rig? I don't recognize that, Bobby. For years, my holy grail I couldn't get was the Black Beauty from... Oh! Dave just got that by Auto Art, Robert. Dave picked up one a couple weeks ago, Auto Art Black Beauty. Simon and Simon, I would love the red Camaro. Sunstar made a red IROC that's pretty close. I would just have to do a wheel swap on it. I almost bought a loose one. I was going to buy it, and then it got bought, and I kicked myself. But yeah, Simon and Simon, that's another one.
Another good truck to get would be the truck from Moving On.
Moving on, I don't remember
That
that.
was a 70s.
Gonna
TV
need a
show.
big area to display the Bandit. Oh yeah, you almost need a friggin' coffee table. If I got that, I would. You know what I might do if I got that? That would look good in like an old aquarium or something like that, like with lights in it and stuff, and it would keep dust off it. Like make like a diorama with the Bandit car, kind of like what I did with the Bigfoot truck. But yeah, that's gonna take up real estate. That is real 1 of 18 scale, I think, because it looks huge.
Even the trailer on its own might be 118.
200. Yeah. Oh, what name brand is your Black Beauty, Robert? Black Beauty. There's also model kits. Really good one. Polar Lights made a Black Beauty, and they also made the Homer Simpson car, and I have it. G gifted it to me. The Homer Simpson. It's a plastic model by Polar Lights, and it's in my model, my burpees, where my good stuff is in. And believe it or not, that plastic model of the Homer car gets more attention than my most expensive car. Like, that's the first car people will typically ask about is that car. I didn't know they made it, blah, blah, blah. and then I'll say, oh well, it's actually a model. My friend gave it to me. Blah blah blah. Oh really? It's a model? Like it blends in so good in there. Like it's a perfect size too. I'm still looking for yeah, I'm looking for that for you, buddy. I haven't forgot. I'm still looking
Which
for that.
car?
G is looking for the pink car, the Lady Penelope or whatever from the Thunderbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Auto Art. That's the one that Dave got, Robert. Texas Longer Chair. Will you buy a pallet full of Maisto cars? No, I don't like them that much. No, I definitely wouldn't buy a pallet full of Maisto cars.
Depend on the car.
You know what? I might buy a pallet full of 77 black Trans Am Maisto cars and hook up all my friends with them for a retail price. But yeah, no, I wouldn't buy pallets. I don't really buy pallets of stuff. But yeah, I did see a guy in the Canadian 118 group last year, come to think of it. He bought a full pallet from Costco of Maisto cars and he posted a picture in the group and he got some heat for it because people were like, the only reason you would want to do that is if you're going to gouge other people with it. But yeah, that's yeah, I couldn't believe it. A guy bought and it showed them putting it in the back of his truck with a forklift, whole pallet full of them. How many die casts so far, and will you collect up to 200? I would collect up to 200 if there's 200 I like. My movie cars, I lost track. I know I had 20 some last time I counted them. I'm probably close to 30 1 of 18 scale movie cars now. I had a whole second bedroom that was like a toy room full of vintage toys and stuff, and I had thousands of like vintage Hot Wheels, stuff like that, but I went through a separation and unfortunately I had to sell when I moved. But yeah, I would own up to 200 cars, absolutely, my friend. Yeah, if I see 200 that I like, I will own them. And I would not be surprised because every once in a while I see a new one that I want. Oh, the Maisto Trans Am is very nice for the price, my friend. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Licensed Bandit, since that Maisto one came out, I don't know if it correlates, if one has to do with the other. But ever since the Maisto 77 Black Trans Am came out, all of a sudden I'm seeing licensed 1 of 18 scale Ertl American Muscle Smokey and the Bandits on Marketplace. I've seen a couple in the last week. Normally you just don't see them, and if you see them, they're a ridiculous price. But yeah, that is very nice for the money. And honestly, if you got that and got a Burt Reynolds figure and stood him beside it, most people wouldn't know walking by. They'd be like, cool, that's an awesome Smokey car. 2 had no Buford car. 3 of them would be in diorama. Oh yeah, if I made a diorama, I would probably get the Buford car to go in there. Oh, the hunt for the bargain. That is like a high to me. Like I used to be a drug addict before, right? And that's part of what got me toy hunting and stuff is that high. When you find a deal and close it, I actually get a high when I lock up a good deal. Like the Auto Art bullet in the box for $100. When I locked that up and figured out it wasn't a scam, I got a good buzz from that. That releases that shit in your brain. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, definitely get high from that. And I know G knows about getting high from it from toy hunting because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. He'd be inhuman if he didn't know what I was talking about. That rush that you get. Has anybody ever made a Walker? One of 64 Walker Texas Ranger truck. I had it. Johnny Lightning makes a beautiful 1 of 64 version of that. and it is actually Walker Texas Ranger. I had one. It's a gorgeous one. I had one and sold it when I sold off. But I would love, nobody made a 1 of 18 scale version of that, but if they did, that's one that I would grab. One movie card that I'm considering grabbing down the line is Highway 61 Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the Leatherface figure. Comes with the Leatherface.
They made two of that one. They made the clean one and the dirty one.
Yeah, I would probably get the dirty one of it. And yeah, the Highway 61, the one that comes with Leatherface, is the one that I would probably try to get. You've got the endorphins. You're right. You're exactly right, guys.
One I'd like to see them make is
And Johnny Lightning, yeah, that's who made the Sniper Texas Ranger. You don't like Madman Interceptor? Mad Max? You know what's funny? I get asked about Mad Max. It's not that I dislike Mad Max or anything. I collect what I loved as a kid or what I was into. I'm not so much a completionist in that sense, so I didn't really... Mad Max was a tiny bit before my time when I was a kid. So yeah, I never really got the Mad Max car. Although, I was telling Glenn, like, there was a Monkeys car the other day I seen. Loose in mint condition, Monkeys Ertl. I think I sent it to G. About an hour and a half away from here for 25 bucks in mint condition. I'm not into the Monkeys. I'm not driving an hour and a half for that. But if it was here locally, I'd go pick it up for 25 bucks just to add it to my movie car collection just because it's so cheap. So yeah, if I see one for a deal, a Mad Max car, I would definitely get one. Well, Smokey, maybe I was just more into Smokey. I don't know. And you're right, Smokey was before Mad Max. They're both before my time. I started out watching Dukes of Hazzard and then Knight Rider. But I think Smokey being that same country type theme, like the Good Old Boys type theme of the Duke Boys, I think that might have got my attention. When I was a little boy, there was a big CB radio craze when I was a kid. Anybody that was cool had a CB radio, so maybe that had something to do with me liking Smokey. But like I said, some of the Mad Max vehicles look cool. I was born in 1978, December 16th. So almost 79, but I was born in 78. So I'm a 70s kid. Grew up in an awesome era for toys, the 1980s.
and music and cars.
Jerry Reed and Bert did an amazing... Oh yeah, that's an awesome movie. Awesome movie. Yeah, and awesome cars too, Glenn.
One car I'd like to see them make in a 118 is that black Mustang Uncle Jesse used for bootlegging.
Oh, Black Tilly.
76 or 76 or 77, I think.
Black Tilly?
Yeah.
You could probably make a custom of that because they make so many fucking Mustangs.
Yeah.
I would just get the same year Mustang. That would be pretty easy to make, actually.
That's what I'm thinking I might do.
Yeah, that would be pretty simple because they make so many different Mustangs, Glenn. You would find that year easily, I bet. And you just have to paint it flat black. It wasn't shiny. So it's easy to not make a mistake with it because it's in flat black. Artisan did a really good job on Cooter's tow truck. I'm looking forward to when Glenn gets that to have a look at it because he will down the road end up with that. He's not going to have the rest and not have that.
Yep.
Uncle Jesse's truck, green light. It's not licensed Uncle Jesse's truck, but it's Uncle Jesse's truck. They did a good job with that, and I was actually able to fit Bo and Luke Mego figures in the cab of it. I was impressed. I gotta go, guys. Take care. Neil, let me know about Max. Okay, I will do, G, for sure, buddy. If he comes tomorrow, as long as you're not working, we will see you, but I'm gonna figure it out and message you tonight. And Max, you message me tonight and let me know. I'm very flexible, just so you know. I have no plans whatsoever Monday or Tuesday. So when you're coming, I'm absolutely flexible about it. I think G works through the daytime. So if you wanted to see him, you would have to come, I think, later in the day, a little bit later in the daytime. Your light is out, can't see you. Oh, you know what?
I'll hang up with them on.
Yeah, Glenn's gonna go put the porch light on. Yeah, I didn't. I'm sitting here chatting, and then all of a sudden, because it got dark outside, it was light out here. I want to see a Jeepers Creepers. Oh, that would be cool too. No, that's awesome, Glenn. Perfect. There you go. Lights on now. Yeah, it got dark quick. Usually it's still light out at 9, but then again, today we got a little bit of weird weather. It's beautiful out though, temperature-wise right now. Can I tell you guys that I just got my really grail car? Oh yeah, what car did you get, Robert? I know what that's like to get a car because I've got several now. If you watch my YouTube videos, that I thought I would never own, because I'm not rich. Like I have a job and stuff like that, but I also pay child support, and it's expensive to live here now. So yeah, so I've got to like hustle and pull strings and really hunt to get stuff that's expensive. So yeah, I'm excited to hear what it is. And yeah, next income tax time, I think I'm gonna go for the Bandit transport, and I'm gonna get it all the front and back all one shot. Either that, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I was originally going to get the A-Team, the Hot Wheels Elite A-Team van this income tax, but instead I got the Super Elite DeLorean because it was way awesomer. Neil, tell Glenn to check Cooter's site. He sells the records and keeps them in stock and they're autographed. Oh, cool. Check Cooter's place.
Okay, thank you. Hopefully we have a good week at work for a change.
A couple weeks ago, up until a couple weeks or a month ago, they were still selling an Auto World General Lee. You had to put the decals on it yourself, but I actually liked it because it came with the season 1 decals, the flags that were only in a couple episodes that were near the CB antenna, the checker flag with the rebel flag, I believe. Yeah, and it's Auto World silver screen quality. And then I went to check to send the link for somebody else recently because I got people all the time asking me about it. And it wasn't there. I guess they don't have anymore. No, I don't have Joe Dirt Trans Am, but that's another one that is on my list. How many trucks you have? Just Fall Guy? I have Fall Guy, Bigfoot. Fall Guy and Bigfoot. Do I have any other trucks, Glenn? I don't think so. I think I just have Fall Guy and Bigfoot.
Yep, that's it, I think.
What? So did you mention Robert Keys? What car you got? What was your car that you got? Oh wait, your dream car. 67 Shelby Mustang, blue white interior, aka the Jim Morrison car. Wow.
Mustang's my favorite cars too.
Oh, nice. So you got your Jim Morrison Mustang. And I did not realize that was a Jim Morrison car. You learn something new every day in the hobby, and that's something I just learned because I did not know that. I was looking for, like I always do, and there was exactly the car I wanted. American Muscle, new in the box, mint, and $46. Pull the muscle, get my... Oh, no doubt, yeah. We get like that as well. Now, because I've been very fortunate with Marketplace, my collection is about 98% the way I want it. Now I'm just going to add custom cars that aren't made or ones that just come out. Like one car that I'm planning to get that's not a movie car is I'm getting one RWB Porsche. I've got to have at least one. I'm going to get the Solido Darth Vader when it comes out. It's just all blacked out. It looks awesome. But now what I do is I farm these deals out to my friends. Like the other day, I found, I think it was $100 Starsky and Hutch car. I sent it to G, Max. Like if I'm not sure friends have the car, I'll start sending it out to them. Glenn I knew has one, so I didn't send it to Glenn. The American Graffiti cars, somebody had 4 of them. The 55 Chev, the yellow 32 Ford, and the white Impala, and then there was another car, wanted 75 each. They were all mint. I sent that to Max. Yeah, now when I find deals, if I already have it, or even if it's a deal that I'm not interested in, I'll send it to these guys in case one of them. And they've scored a few times like that. No Testarossa. I have one Testarossa, the Miami Vice one. I did an unboxing video of that. It's by KK Scale Models, and believe it or not, I got it off Amazon, and it was a really, really decent price. I think Max ordered one too, actually, because it was a really decent price for that. And they had the figure too, the Don Johnson figure I got with it as well. It's a sealed car. It's my only resin 118 car, actually. It's my only one, and it's sealed. Yeah, Max, that was a good smoking deal, and that thing looks great. I'm satisfied. I won't upgrade that. That's good enough for me. Yeah, that Miami Vice was a good deal on Amazon of all places. It's funny because I was talking to Dave Harrod. It was late at night, and I was telling him that was on my list. One of the few cars still on my bucket list, I told him. And then all of a sudden, boom, a friggin' link comes through, and it's for one of those for like 100 and I think it was like either 110 or 130 shipped for the car. And I was like, wow, sold. Yeah, that was killer. Yeah, sometimes we find cars in places we don't expect as well.
Another cool car would be the one Cagney and Lacey drove, and that Dodge Daytona, I think, the 2-door.
Cagney and Lacey, you know
the
what?
Old cop show from the 70s.
I remember the 2
80s.
women, but I don't remember the car they drove. I'll have to look that up.
It was.
I remember the women well. The one had short black hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them.
It was a red 2-door hatchback. I think a Dodge Daytona, maybe. I know it was a Dodge. The headlights popped up.
Anyone call? I'm not into James Bond cars myself. Most people are. I'm the weirdo that's not myself. If G was still, Glenn has the Mustang. If G was still here, I believe he has Bond cars. He's a completionist. Yeah, most people are into Bond cars, but I've never collected a Bond car. But that's not to say if I seen it cheap, I wouldn't get one. Never liked. Yeah, I was never a James Bond guy. Like I was never really. That's awesome. Yeah, like that's something that even though I wasn't into it because it's a movie car, if I was ever someplace and seen one of those for a wicked price, I would grab it for sure. Just because, like that Monkeys car, like it's the Monkeys, you know what I mean? But $25 and it was in mint condition. If it was local, I'd have grabbed it just to add it to my collection. So yeah, I'm definitely not against owning Mad Max or owning the other ones. Holy crap. I did not realize the time. We've been on here for an hour and a half. Usually we go for an hour, but it's been an hour and a half because we've had a blast. But I better say goodnight now, because actually from sitting here, I'm starting to get sore right here. So yeah, I better say goodnight, make a snack, fold some clothes, put some stuff away, because we have the cleaning lady coming in the morning. Yeah, time does fly when we're having fun. I really enjoy these guys, and that's why the time flies. Thelma and Louise would be wicked. Greenlight did make the 164 version of that, Max. Just so you know, I got it at Walmart about a year ago. The little T-Bird. Greenlight made it in 164. You could probably get a T-Bird and customize it. Actually, we should start seeing if somebody made that in
I think
118.
somebody did. I'm pretty sure I've seen one.
Monkey. Oh, wow. That's a good deal for the Monkey's car. Night, Neil. Enjoy your week off. Thank you, Bobby. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Nate. Thank you guys for coming. And Robert, come join us. Usually, usually how it works, Robert, is I'll do a, on Saturday, I try to do you guys a good video. If I cannot do a good video because I'm busy, something came up, whatever, that means I owe you guys a live stream on Saturday night. This week, I just said, screw it. I did a video yesterday and then said, you know what, I'm off Monday, so we'll do a live stream Sunday nights. Usually we do it Saturday night, but tonight we do it Sunday. But yeah, we do at least a couple a month anyway. But yeah, maybe I'll try doing them more often, even though I do a movie Saturday as well. Because I was shocked. At one point I looked up, there was like 14 people or something. I was like, holy crap. And thank you guys for coming. And yeah, Robert, I know what you mean because I used to drive my wife nuts. So she used to put up with it, but I used to drive her nuts talking about the hobby. And even my best friend doesn't collect this stuff, so but he loves cars, so he doesn't mind me talking about it. But my best friend doesn't collect, believe it or not. He did years ago, and he still has a lot of die casts, but he doesn't buy anymore, and he doesn't collect anymore. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming. Because it's not just me. If it wasn't for you guys coming, this wouldn't happen. And this stream is going to be on for future people that missed it. They're going to come watch it. And because you guys engaged me with good questions and stuff like that, they're going to be entertained. So you guys help me do a video. So thank you guys for that. And tomorrow, there's going to be a video dropping. I'm going to upload it when I stop this. And it's going to be the trip to Mississauga today. Just some fun and bullshit. And picking up the caddy. So there's a video tomorrow. It'll be up tomorrow. So there you go, guys. Take care. Have a good night. And thank all you guys for coming. Giuliano just messaged me. I'll check him out in a second. But thank all you guys for coming. And I will see you again. And every time we do a live, I will give you guys plenty of notice just like I did this time. So have a good night, guys. And thank you for making it what it was tonight.